Hey guys, it's Devin here. Wanted to make a video because I've been inactive for a while and I wanted to speak to some of my friends, but also kind of, I guess, make a journal entry because uh, it's kind of my first major setback with arm wrestling that has led me to make some major reconsiderations to my approach. Uh, and kind of put me at a crossroads where I feel like it's worthy documenting my thought process so I can maybe look back on this and see whether or not it was a good idea. Um, so basically, some background. I've been arm wrestling for the past 2 years. I'm still what you would consider to be a beginner, an amateur. I've been somewhat successful. I've got a couple tournament wins and several podium finishes, and done okay in my weight class locally. No big state success, no open success, but like local amateur stuff, I do all right. Uh, but mostly just on my right hand, uh, because my right, I'm a tennis player. I'm right hand dominant, and also my left hand suffered before I ever even started arm wrestling. Suffered a traumatic elbow injury where I shattered the tip of my elbow off and had to get it reconstructed with a cobalt bracket, hence the name Cobalt Elbow. Um, so those two things, the tennis background, 20 years of tennis, and then having a gimped out left arm from a skateboarding injury led me to just being like a giant pumpkin on my right arm with arm wrestling. So, like, there's a massive difference um, in mass, strength, coordination, range of motion, everything. My right arm is just like athletically superior to my left arm in every way. Um, so when I compete in arm wrestling, I mainly like put all my attention into winning with the right arm, and then I either don't compete left, or if I do enter left, it's like charity arm, and it's like, a freebie to whoever I face, and I have fun with it, but I don't expect to get anywhere. Um, so anyway, fast forward, that's a little bit of background. So the recent event, setback, whatever you want to call it, that has kind of led me to this place of reconsidering arm wrestling, maybe even considering retiring, is I had a pretty abrupt and unexpected elbow pop during a long battle that I had at a recent tournament. Thankfully, it happened on my left hand. It happened on the charity arm. I say thankfully because, like, being a tennis professional, an injury to my right hand would be pretty detrimental to my career and everything. So, uh, yeah, it was an abrupt pop. It happened in my inner elbow. Thankfully, like, it doesn't affect me in my day to day life, but I got no side pressure. I think the arm wrestling competitiveness of this hand is heavily limited for a while until this gets addressed. So it I'll upload I'll show the footage, but it was a great battle. I wish it could have concluded one way or another rather than just being an injury, but nonetheless, my elbow popped abruptly. I lost the match. But I'm calling it a lucky break because it wasn't my right arm. That being said, it makes me want to freaking retire my right arm. The reason being that an unexpected abrupt pop could just as easily happen on my right arm, and rather than it being like, whatever, I can still get along with my life, it could be something that damages the 20 years of work I've put into building up a tennis game on my right arm. You think of your arm wrestling game, you have your right arm game, your left arm game. It's the same in tennis, right? Like, you put all your eggs in one basket in one hand, and seeing what what could happen on my left. Thankfully, that wasn't the hand holding the basket, but it makes me not even want to put the hand holding the basket at risk ever again. Like, it's just like not worth it to me. I want to have a long tennis career. I want to be able to play in my 70s, and tearing a UCL or whatever else could happen to me. Arm wrestling, just as fun as it is and as much as I love it, it's hard to see it as worth it anymore. So the combination of those two things, me wanting to take time off of, or not even take time off, just not really even want to arm wrestle right-handed anymore, plus my left being jacked, I'm like, I haven't arm wrestled in like 2 months and I miss it. Like, when I go to the bar and hang out, I'm like, wanted to ask dudes to pull and like, you know, start a feeding frenzy. And I love the sport. I want to be in it. So I have to manage my risk. I can't put my career on the line, but I still want to be involved. I'm not going to give it up. So the only avenue is to take the hardest path available to me at the moment, which is to completely rebuild my destroyed, injured, atrophied, shrimpy left arm and build it up and start over. I don't get to piggyback off of 20 years of, you know, tennis and having all this pronator built up and all the wrist built up and all of that from swinging my tennis racket. Like, I'm a normal guy. I'm a weakling. I'm a weak fucking nerd. Like I look on my left hand. So starting like from not quite a blank slate. Like, I practiced on this hand for 2 years, but like I said, it's been the back burner. It's been the shrimp arm, the charity arm. I haven't treated it with any arm wrestling lifts. I haven't trained it in any arm wrestling specific way other than table time. So we'll see where it ends up in a couple of years. But I'm excited because, like, I named my channel Cobalt Elbow, but I arm wrestle with my right hand. The left hand has the Cobalt Elbow. So now I'm switching it up, living up to the name. Proper Cobalt Elbow content here coming up. But the idea is I want to use this channel to document the recovery methods that I use and then the training methods that I use, and hopefully the success behind those methods in this whole process of rebuilding my once again broken left arm. This time making it my main focus, making it my main weapon in arm wrestling, and I think this will be a good balance for me as an athlete. I get to have my horse and ride it too. No, have my cake and eat it too. I can be a arm wrestling barbarian without risking my tennis career if I just focus on arm wrestling with my non-tennis playing hand. Thank goodness the good tennis arm survived 2 years of arm wrestling without any like major problems. I now get to take the treasure and bring it onto the tennis court, and I'm already feeling the benefits of that. Like, my tennis racket feels like a feather compared to the 2 years ago before I even started arm wrestling. Like, the strength is you can feel it. You know, you can feel it when you play your sport. You're like, damn, my bat, my racket, my club, whatever is like, just you feel it as being lighter. So that's one of the benefits of arm wrestling if you play other sports. But the hardest part is balancing all the pain and damage and recovery with playing your other sport. Like, arm wrestling tears you up. It tightens everything up. It takes a long time to recover from it. And so, like, meshing in another sport is really tough. I struggled with that for 2 years. And, like, really my arm wrestling game grew at the expense of all of my other sports. And so, like I said, I'm at this crossroads. I want to build back my other sports. I still want to arm wrestle. How can I do that without the gears trying to fight each other? I want things to mesh and roll together, not be, you know. So, left hand only now. Even though I'm a right hand dominant person, I've got pretty good strength, arm wrestling specific strength built up already on my right hand. I'm a lefty only now. So, see you on the table. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. More backyard arm wrestling content to come. Thanks.